Hi Libra, welcome to Yellow Cardinal Tarot with me. My name's Carol, and I'm going to be doing your February 2024 reading. This will be a reading for the first half of February, and in a couple of weeks I'll come on and I'll give you a second reading for the last half of February. So in today's reading, I'm going to start off with figuring out where you are, finding out, what situation you're in, what your energy is like, if you're dealing with a problem. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into your shadow, and I'm going to tell you what's coming up from your shadow that has to do with the situation you're in. Now, if the word shadow or shadow work is new to you, and maybe you'd like some more information on it, you can check out below in my description box, and I'm going to put a video, looks like this, and it's called my Powerful 4-Step video to shadow work. And it's all about finding out how to do shadow work. It's about how to journal, how to ground yourself. And there's just a lot of really good information on there that I've put on, and it comes from my other channel called Carol Cares. And on that channel, you'll find a lot of help with your journaling, for grounding, for emotions, just to help with your mental health. So, and then on the third part of this reading, I'm going to ask the tarot for some guidance for you. And so I'm going to look at what your situation is that you're sitting in, what's coming up in your shadow that you need to heal. And then I am finally going to get some guidance from the tarot as to what path you need to take. And then I'll also lead you in a sort of the same direction as the tarot, where I'm going to give you some videos. I'm going to recommend some videos for you at the end that I'll take from my other channel, Carol Cares. And you can have a look at those in the end if you want. Now, to get started with your reading, what I've done, Libra, is at the beginning of January, I put out a series of yearly readings for all my signs. And it looks like this. And in the reading for you, Libra, I pulled out 12 cards and one for each month. And so I pulled out what you got in February. And in February, you had the 9 of Pentacles. All right, so that's going to be your overriding theme for this reading. And what we're going to do really in this reading is to clarify what that 9 of Pentacles is about. The 9 of Pentacles is usually a card, and it came in reverse for you. So we'll discuss that in a minute. So the 9 of Pentacles in the upright position is a card of abundance. It's a card of success. It comes after the 8. The 8 of Pentacles is all about doing a job or committing yourself to something that you really want to do. And when you do that, it's sort of, the 9 follows and says, when you follow your heart, when you do what you want to do, you really can be successful in that. And so we're going to see what area we're looking at with you as far as the success that comes out with the 9 of Pentacles. It can be anything within your workplace, something to do with your health, relationships with people, but it's coming in reverse for you in February. So that means to me that maybe you're looking at your success that you have and you're thinking, maybe it's not giving you the pleasure that you originally had given you, and you're kind of looking at it going, is this really worth it? It could be maybe that something was very profitable. It started out really well for you, and right now you're looking at it's not doing so well right now. So there is a block. There is some sort of reason why it's coming in reverse. So we're probably going to get some clarity on that in this reading. So with that said, I'm going to get started. I'm going to use the Light Seer's Tarot. And we're going to pull out 3 cards from that for our overriding theme for each section that I'm going to be doing. And then I'm going to clarify it with the Rider-Waite deck. And then at the end, besides, recommending some videos for you and getting some guidance from the tarot, I'm also going to pull an oracle card from the Sacred Creators deck from Chris Ann. And I'll read you a little blurb from the card, and it's incredible how that really connects to the whole reading all the time, and I'm just floored every time that I do it. So let's get started. I want 3 cards here for you. So I'll give this a quick shuffle. I did do a lot of shuffling right before I came on. So I hope you're doing well, Libra. This is a fairly new channel. And yeah, I started it in December 2023. So if you get a chance when you watch this video, if you'd give me a comment below, I'd appreciate it, only because it just gives me a little bit of a indication of where I'm sitting, how I'm resonating with my followers out there. And of course, you know, if you can, give me a subscribe. So let's have a card right now for where you are right now, Libra. 1 card, please. And I only take 1 card for the top row. It just makes it a lot easier. 1 card, please, for the top row. All right, we have 2 that have come out, and I just want 1. So I'm gonna, and this one's, I've got a group here that I've flipped. One card, please, for Libra. Where is Libra sitting in relation to this 10 of Pentacles? Stubborn. Here we go. All right, we have the 3 of Swords in reverse. The 3 of Swords in reverse, and I'll put that right here. Okay, let's look at your shadow. What's coming up in your shadow, Libra? That's related to this 3 of Swords. All right, we got the 7 of Wands coming out for your shadow. And then your last final card here, card for some guidance from the tarot. 1 card, please, guidance from the tarot. Guidance from the tarot, please. 1 card. We have the Queen of Swords in reverse. The Queen of Swords in reverse. All right. So I'm going to clarify it with the Rider-Waite deck. So before I get started, let's clarify. I'm going to ask for, 3 cards for clarification for the 3 of Swords. Clarification for the 3 of Swords. You have the 6 of Cups. 6 of Cups. And 2 more cards, please. And I have the 3 of Swords again. Wow, in reverse. And I'm going to take these last 2 cards right here. Well, the one came out. Yeah, I'll take the 2 of Pentacles in reverse. And the Moon card in reverse. Okay. What's coming up in your shadow, please? 3 cards for your shadow. The 9 of Cups in reverse. Two more cards. 2 more cards for the shadow. You have the Ace of Cups. And 1 more card, please. And the Knight of Pentacles that came jumping out of the deck, which is what I like. All right, finally, some guidance from the tarot. 3 cards, please. Guidance from the tarot. Guidance from the tarot for this clarification for the Queen of Swords in reverse. We have the Knight of Wands. 2 more cards, please. 2 more cards for Libra. We have the 8 of Wands in reverse. 1 more card and 2 more came flying out. So we have the 6 of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, let me just set this up for my camera here. On the side, just so that you can see it. I'm going to keep this 9 of Pentacles right here. Overriding theme for February, and I'm going to move these over. All right, so I think you can see them all now. Yeah. Okay, so let's begin with the 3 of Swords. So this is where you're sitting right now. Now, interestingly enough, the 3 of Swords have come out in reverse. No coincidence here. You're sitting. The 3 of Swords is a card where you're just sitting in a lot of mental anguish and a lot of pain, going through a lot of your emotions. And, you know, the Swords is all about your mental space. And so you're spending a lot of time in your head, very much in pain. And in pain, but it's in reverse here. So it really seems to me like you're sitting in a place where you're feeling the pain, but you're not allowing it to flow through you, to come through you, and you're just stuck with it in your head. And that can be a really, really difficult place to be, because our emotions are meant to flow in, and they're meant to flow out of us. And so when we get to that place where we just can't get to our emotions, for, you know, a few reasons. If there's a big fear of doing that. Sometimes we're just really scared that the emotions are just going to eat us alive and just overwhelm us so much. And that is a valid fear. I've been there before. And your first card that comes out before that is the 6 of Cups. And the 6 of Cups, all my 6s are an exchange, or have a duality to them. And in this particular card, the duality is about, you know, receiving and giving. You have these 2 young children in the 6, you can't see them, these 2 young children in the 6 card right here that are exchanging a cup with each other. And to me, that exchange has to come from you as the adult, and your part of you, the younger part of you, needs to be listened to. And so there is a really young part of you here that you're sitting with that needs to feel these emotions right here. And it sounds like you're really stuck. Sometimes when we can get into some really heavy emotions like grieving and shame that need to be expressed by that younger part of us, it can be really difficult, and we can get stuck with it sitting inside of us. So I'm seeing here that's where you are right now because of the 3 of Swords, both of them that are in reverse. And you know, you're also sitting this two of Pentacles here in reverse, and the 2 of Pentacles has to have everything to do with a decision, a choice to make, but it's in reverse. So there's a real block here to making that decision to go inwards and to see what this younger part of you wants to feel. Because the Moon card here is in reverse also. And the Moon card is the intuition card. It is the card where we go inwards. It's the card where we trust, where we start to have this relationship with ourselves, where we trust our inner self, our inner knowing, our inner gut feeling. And to me, this entire situation with you, Libra, that you're sitting in right now is just this fear that you have to go inwards. And I think of the moon, and when there's a full moon and things kind of go a little bit crazy. And I always think of like an emergency room in a hospital when they know it's a full moon, because they just get a lot of craziness kind of happening and going on. And it just, kind of brings up a lot of fear in people sometimes. So I think we're dealing with some fear here, some real big fears here to go inwards and to get in touch with that younger part of you that needs to feel, that has something that they want to share with you. And these are, some real deep, dark emotions that want to come out right now, Libra. And so let's go into your shadow right now. Now, again, if you're not familiar with your shadow basically is, all those things about ourselves that we've repressed, that maybe when we were younger, people told us things about ourselves, could have been good or bad things, maybe when you had gifts when you were younger and you sort of showed signs of being a budding artist, or other, sometimes it could be some psychic gifts even, and people around us got kind of scared and they were, shut down. And so when things get shut down, whether it's our emotions, if we're told things like, we're younger, well, you're a crybaby, get over it. Things like that, where you'll just kind of take all those comments and shove everything down. So, maybe you were told as a child to not show your emotions, not show your fear, not show your anger, not show your shame. And you're really blocked right now. So I'm wondering if that might have something to do with it. So we're going to look at your shadow and find out, what sort of things here that have you repressed that's related to this fear of not being able to feel your emotions right now. And the first card, the overriding card of your shadow, is the Seven of Wands, right? Your shadow is just that thing, those things we need to look at that need to be healed. And they're you, like they're in your unconscious. You've shoved them down, good and bad things, but they need to come out and be healed. And the Seven of Wands comes out. You have this woman sitting on a cushion here. She seems to be quite comfortable in her own skin, but there are these wands they're directed upward towards her. And the Seven of Wands to me is probably one of my favorite cards in the deck, because it sort of reminds me of my own journey that I'm on, my own healing journey that I've been on intensively for my own complex trauma for the last 7 years. And, in order to feel safe, to be able to dig up some of your, what's in your shadow and dig up some of those emotions that need to be felt, you have to be in a space where you feel comfortable and safe. And this particular individual is telling me that there's a lack of safety, or there was a lack of safety. This is coming from your shadow. So there's almost like a fear here, not feeling safe enough to allow these emotions to come up for you to feel them, whether or not that is where you're sitting right now in the situation you're in, where you just don't feel safe enough, because you need validation and you need support around you. And this particular woman here, there are people here, when we get on this healing journey, and we start to let people know that we're healing, and we start feeling good in our skin a little bit, and then we let people in and we tell people what's going on. And sometimes people, for whatever reason, out of jealousy or discomfort, they can't validate you and they try to take you down. And the Seven of Wands is all about that. This is somebody that's trying to move in a different direction, trying to heal themselves, and people are just taking their wands and trying to pull these people back down. And so I see here that there's a lack of safety with emotions. Maybe when you were younger, you couldn't express them. And here's the Nine of Cups that's come up for you as a first card. And this is all really beautiful, what's coming up in your shadow here, because the Nine of Cups is this individual that's sitting there with Nine of Cups. And the 9 is the initiation into the 10, which is the complete cycle. The 10 of Cups is all the rainbow of emotions that we're meant to feel. The 9 of Cups, you're 1 cup away from the 10. But you've done this here. And you're sitting here, and it's in reverse, which tells me very much that, you have these emotions really repressed here, and you're not, and they want to come out of your shadow. They want to be felt, but you're just not allowing it. And the Nine of Cups is that individual that says, I'm good, no thanks, I don't want any more. Maybe you've had therapy, maybe you've been down that road before, maybe you've dabbled a little bit in your emotions, and now you're like, I'm done, no thanks. But you know what's the beautiful part of what's come up here is in your shadow is the universe is saying, you know, here's a gift for you. An ace of any of the suits is always a gift or an offer from the universe that says, listen, here's your chance. Here's your chance to feel again. Here's your chance to take that cup and start to feel again. Start to feel some of those emotions. I will say to you that when I started this journey, and I did a lot of body work with another therapist, and at the time I had a really hard time it's almost like you have a tap of emotions, and I had a hard time just to open that tap a little bit and let them out. You know, it's like opening up that Pandora's box, just a crack, just to let it open. And even that, I just had a really hard time. I remember being in therapy and in one of my sessions of body work where they talked about going to different doors and trying to open them up. And I just wouldn't even open up the doors. I just would not allow myself to open up again. And for every reason, you know, it has a lot to do with safety and being validated and supported by people. Because if you weren't when you were younger, then it's really hard now to begin again, and the universe wants to give you this cup and say, I want to begin again, because there's this Knight of Pentacles that's the last card in your shadow, and all my knights are what I call freedom fighters. They want freedom. They want to be free. And I know that a lot of people that I've spoken to on the healing journey, the one thing that they really want is freedom. And they can't even sometimes explain what it is. And is it freedom to be yourself, freedom to feel, freedom to be, to release some of this heavy burden that you're holding on to, these feelings that need to be expressed. This is the Knight of Pentacles. And so he wants, this is a part of you that wants the freedom to feel safe in your body, right? How can you get safe in your body? Your body, the pentacle is your body, and it's all about getting back into your body. So what can you do for you that will give you freedom from this sort of jail of these three of swords here that you're in right now, that are keeping you sort of in a jail here? Because this Knight of Wands is, you know, wants you to feel free in your body so that you can feel. Free up something in your body so you can feel. And so your shadow, the part that's coming up for you right now, is there are some emotions that are wanting to rise to the surface, and there's this real feeling of in your present situation where you're trying to keep them down, right? You're just trying to keep them down right here. This is the dude that's going, no. And so this is where you're sitting right now. So let's look at some guidance from the tarot, and I'll give you some guidance, and then we'll pick an oracle card. So the Queen of Swords comes up for you in reverse here for the guidance from the tarot. And of course, this is going to relate to what's happening with you right now. And you know, this may relate to what's going on with your success card here, the Nine of Pentacles at the beginning, of course, because sometimes on this journey, things stall. Maybe you've started something, you've started a project, your workplace, things were going well, but you know, things kind of turned upside down. And I find whenever I want to take anything I'm doing creative, anything I'm doing different, when I want to take it to a different level, there's always some set of emotions that I have to work through, some fear maybe, or shame, or in my case, because I have complex trauma, some memories that I have to work through. And so, and I can see that now, how that relates, why your Nine of Pentacles is in reverse for February, right? Because there's a lot of feeling and emotions that needs to get done, that need to come up for healing, so that you can move on and, you know, turn your Nine of Pentacles upright again. The Queen of Swords in reverse. So the Queen comes after the Knight. The Queen is another part of you, and the Queen is the feminine part of you. We have every single person on this planet has two parts. We have a feminine part and we have a masculine aspect of ourselves. It doesn't matter the gender, has nothing to do with gender. Now, the feminine part of us has really been repressed over the, you know, decades and, you know, years, and the masculine part has really risen in society. And, you know, the masculine part is the one that would not, you know, emotions are not to be felt. And here the Queen is all about emotions. The Queen is all about getting back into our body. The Queen of Swords comes here in reverse for you. And the Queen of Swords is everything to do with, the sword is your authenticity, who you are. And so the Queen of Swords wants you to start to learn how to ground and start to get back into your body, which, you know, that's where all your emotions here that are stuck are sitting. And she, in reverse for you, the guidance is saying you need to, in order to switch her around, you need to ground and you need to find out who you are. Now, because she's in reverse, that tells me that, you know, there may be some emotions coming up here, because when the Queen is in reverse, sometimes there's like a lot of hopelessness that's connected to this. There's some anger. So sometimes, you know, we have some secondary, before we can get to these real emotions here that we spoke about earlier, we need to get to what are called secondary emotions like anger, right? Just to get angry at, and I do this through my journaling, to get angry at, you know, people that might have raised us, or people that harmed us when we were younger. Get angry at the world if you want. Get angry at yourself sometimes. In my writing, I've had to. Because the Queen of Swords is all about authenticity and getting back to who you are, right? Your authenticity and finding out who you are. And that's what we're focusing on for guidance here. And the first card that comes out is beautiful card. You have 3 wand cards, which is very interesting, because she says, let's get back to who you are, right? Let's turn that upwards. And these first 3 wand cards, wands, the suit, the fiery suit, is all about taking your life in a new direction, finding your purpose, finding out who you are, finding out, you know, going inwards, getting in touch with your intuition, getting in touch with where do you want to go? Where do you want to go? And so it's time here to get in touch with, where do you want to go? And this Knight of Wands is coming, this fiery Knight of Wands. And I told you that my wands are freedom fighters, right? They're an adolescent part of you that wants to be free, wants to be able to get out there and do what they want to do. So where can you get freedom in an area in your life where you can take your direction to a new level, take it to start to move and find out who you are? What do you need to do for that? Because I see that 9 of Pentacles wants to go back around, and their 8 of Wands comes in reverse here, because the 8 of Wands is where you're wanting to start something, whether it's new or take what you're doing to another level. And you're just going to take your 8 of Wands and you're going to throw those creative wands up in the air. And you're just going to see where they land and trust that the universe is going to take it to where you need to go. But there's a real hesitancy here for you to throw them up in the air, because they're in reverse. And, you know, the Six of Wands come, and it's no surprise to me because the Six of Wands is what we call the victory card, but it's a 6. And like I said, there's a duality to the sixes. And in the Wands is all about winning. This wand right here is about winning and losing, because on one hand, he looks like he's won a battle. It's a victory march here. But there's something here in the background. The duality of the number 6 says, well, there's something here that's been lost. And it's hidden here under this green blanket, and we don't see what it is, right? In any battle, any war that's ever taken place, you know, yeah, you have winners, but you also have the other side. You know, you have losers. And so there's something here that's been lost. And we know there's something here that's been lost for you because there's some grieving. There's some real heavy emotions here that needs to be done. Your inner child is wanting to talk to you. Come out right at the beginning, the first card here for clarification. Swords, the Three of Swords wants to come out. So there's some grieving here that needs to take place, I'm seeing. And the final card for you is your Ace of Pentacles in reverse. And the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, the Ace, first of all, like I said, is it your second? Yes, it's your second Ace here. So in your shadow, you got the Ace of Cups upright, and then you get the Ace of Pentacles in your advice from the tarot. So you have 2 offers here, right? And the second offer is the Ace of Pentacles, and it is an offer from the universe, but you're not seeing it. There is a part of you that sort of is rejecting the offer and really is not ready to take it because it needs to go upright, right? So how are we going to get this back upright in order for you to take the Ace of Pentacles? The pentacle is the body, all about the body, right? So we can really spend a lot of time in our head trying to block and keep our emotions down in our body, but it's not going to get us anywhere, right? You're going to get stuck with your 9 of Pentacles in reverse. So in order for you to get back on that path of success, you need to start to ground and get back into your body, because once you learn how to ground, once you start to, ground your mind and get back into your body, go inwards and start to feel some of those emotions that your inner child wants you to feel and needs you to feel for them because they couldn't do it when they were younger. They're just too big of emotions for them to feel. So they put them away and they stored them. And they're sitting in your shadow, wanting to be felt. And so this offer here, this Ace of Pentacles, is coming out for you in order to start to feel again, to get back into your body. So I am going to leave you with a video, a really good video that I've done. There's a couple of them actually on grounding and how to ground your mind and then ground your body. And learn how to get back into your body so that you can get out of your mind and get in touch with some of those emotions so that you can start to feel them again, right? So let me take, Libra, let me give you now an oracle card from the Sacred Creators Oracle and just leave you with a little bit of, advice sometimes, maybe a little positive spin on everything. And what's the last thing that the universe wants to tell you? Wow. Couldn't have said it better. Fearless expression. I did talk about fear, and I did talk about expressing your emotions. So what does the book have to say here about fearless expression number 55? And the 55 in itself is a really significant number because 5 by itself is about change. So you have 2 5s and add those together and you get a 10. And then that brings that 10 number, which is completion, brings it down to a 1. And if you add those 2 together, it brings it to a 1, which is a new beginning for you. So I'm sensing here a new beginning for you, Libra, of, getting back back into your body and start to feel some of your emotions. So number 55, and I looked at the page 55 while I was talking. So I want number 55 here. significant number for you and a significant card. Fearless expression. Your throat chakra. Sorry, I'm going to start again. Your throat chakra microphone is buzzing because you've got something to say. So don't bottle up your thoughts or your opinions at this time. Your success, we talked about, the Nine of Pentacles. Your success is deeply connected to your self-expression. And the universe will support your dream as you step onto a new path of personal power and positive assertion. This is an exciting time for you. When you are communicating your desires to others, it's time to be mega honest. In this way, you will delve into your own unique form of confident articulation as only you can do. Your fearless, authentic transmission is going to be your gold. You will attract like-minded people who flock to your honesty. Its power is palpable in person and on screen. Know that once you've unleashed your voice, it will be really hard to shove it back into its quiet corner again. It is expansive by nature, so allow it to stretch and grow as you try new things. What are you ready to say? Step up to the microphone and begin. And I feel so much that this person that wants to say something, that you want to say something, is this person that's sitting on this cushion here that has all these people below sort of not validating, not supporting, but they're so ready to say something. So, in a lot of ways, this can be you. It sounds like you're ready to take your life into a new direction. Something's happening here for you. Beautiful card to end, oracle card to end your reading. And I'll leave you with some videos on grounding. So talk to you later. I'll see you in the middle of the month again, Libra. Take care. Bye-bye.